New Ulm, Minnesota.
History. I mean, we are talking history. One of the, so far, you know, when we talk about some of the great brewers, another immigrant coming from Germany, August Schell. It was like so many of them were named like August and Adolf. Well, here's August Schell, 1860, and this beautiful grounds that is now still part of the historic nature, but he's like so many of those other ones that came from that great German background and brought all this brewing process to the United States. In New Ulm, Minnesota, that's where it happened. I don't know the stories of these guys yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. Let's go inside and a piece of history. In New Ulm, Minnesota, the August Schell Brewing Company.
All right, here we go. I mean, this definitely has to be on the stop for any craft beer lover because this beer hall is amazing. Look at the pictures. I mean, they obviously sold a lot the night before. Not much in there to go right now, but this is like right when they are opening. And they opened, I think it was 11. I don't remember, but yeah, no, check out the bar. I mean, you know, that deer is their icon. You know, that's really what they started with. And I love the tall old pictures, and they got a lot to choose from here on tap. So, you know, they've got like some different flights to choose from too. And look, man, they're all like $8. You know, they had like a grain belt one, they had a shells one. So we're going to give them both a try. But, you know, if you come out of this little beer hall area, this is their patio. They got a great size patio here out there that I'm sure gets full. So great overlooking. I mean, look at the scenery that you're sitting out there too, man. It's just freaking amazing. And then, you know, around this corner though is where all their merch is, but just history everywhere, right? Like just pictures and things like that. But walking into this spot, oh man, this is where all the merch is. And hey, they've got a lot of merch going on here. I mean, there is all sorts of things to choose from. You've got everything from the Shells brand, you know, the Shells Brewery. You got all the grain belt stuff available here. You got t-shirts, tons of t-shirts. I mean, it is just really, really fun to just walk around and look at all the stuff they got. And then in this area, man, this is almost like a little museum going on in here. And there's just lots of history on that side of things. And, you know, like if you take their tour where they'll, you know, take you through the brewery and all of that, they go in there and they explain everything to you, but all the glasses and stuff, man. So anyway, look, we are not here to look at merch. We're not here to buy that. We are here to drink some beer, and we got 2 flights here ready to go. So I'm excited. Let's go.
Hey guys, I got to tell you something.
August Schell Brewery, New Ulm, Minnesota, by the way.
You maybe are looking at these glasses and saying, why are they why aren't they full? Well, we had a little technical difficulty.
I keep saying we're beer guys,
Yes.
not fucking production engineers. So occasionally, all of us have technical difficulty, and that's what we ran into.
But you know what? It doesn't matter because
We
the beer
sat and we went through all these and we recorded the whole thing.
You guys, we were in St. Paul, Minnesota, where Hams was originally brewed, because now it's a craft brewery by the St. Paul Brewing Company. But this one, it's still here from the 1860s.
Definitely, man.
They're still brewing beer here. August Schell, coming from the old country.
Not many of these still around and existence in the original facility and location and like all of that. And so they have managed to stay in this small community. I'm familiar with their beers. He's familiar with their beers.
Yeah.
Most people in Minnesota that live and drink beer is very familiar with this, but there are people all around the United States that watch us and follow us, and they may not have a clue who August Schell is. So
And we said, we know, okay, it's a trek off the beaten path.
Yeah.
We normally do the craft brewery,
Yeah.
but you know what? This is an institution. This is still here, and they're just a regional brewer
yeah,
that continues to brew beers in the old tradition of August Schell.
yep.
And brought that recipe from the old country.
Well, not only is it significant in the fact that it's in Minnesota, we're both born in Minnesota, it was the first beer he ever tried, and it was my first beer that I drank when I came to Minnesota, their Northeast. And so it means a lot to us, and there was no way we were going to drive and not do.
It's the birthright of beer
Company.
for me.
Shit.
So as you notice, we've got the samples. However, this is Grain Belt, Grain Belt Premium. It's my first beer. It's the beer that I was weaned on. It's the beer that I grew up on.
Yeah.
It was my go-to beer forever when I lived here, and it's Grain Belt. I mean, I had to get a bigger one because I am about to take me back. Oh my
To
God.
14, you said.
14 years old, probably. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it just looks like a classic
1800s.
traditional beer.
Now August Schell did buy the recipe, I should say, because the Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Minneapolis Brewing Company that originally created Grain Belt.
August Schell didn't create Grain Belt.
But he has the recipe still brewing today, and thank
God.
Thank you for doing that, because for a while it went dormant.
It could have been like Hams and gone and lost and gone forever.
And have somebody like someone like Budweiser brewing your beer and calling it.
Oh God, man, that is such a
it is so good, you guys.
Oh man, I forget how good that beer is, man. It's just like,
man, that's so good. I mean, it's so cool driving up here too. You come into the small town New Ulm, and again, they have so many people working here that that live in this area. Again, just a tribute to his vision, and it's still being here today. But you drive up here, you come up, you come off the main street, and you're driving through these woods, and the road gets narrow and narrow, and then you come around a corner, and all of a sudden it's like a chalet, like you're in the Alps, or you're in Germany, and his house is still right over here.
Yeah, his original house. And man, I wish I knew more about them damn peacocks and what they meant, but it must mean something, because I saw two walking around. I remember on our tour, that was another thing they talked about. So this is Northeast, by the way. So it's a amber lager. It is my absolute favorite. I'm going to finish the rest of it. So
and the reason it was called Northeast again is because the Minneapolis Brewing Company was in northeast Minneapolis, but because of the type of neighborhood and the people that lived there, the Slavic nation, the Slavic immigrants, they would call it Northeast. Nord, like N-O-R-D, Northeast. I live in Northeast.
You got a bag?
So the beer was very similar to what they liked, and it's a combination. It's an amber dark of this is really what it is. And so,
that's exactly what it is.
Or an amber, an amber
darker of
So
okay, so this is the Deer brand, and so we feel like that was August Schell's first beer, because it's very heavily branded all throughout here, like Deer brand.
I mean, it's like you could tell it's. And it was all. It's a prohibition. Yeah.
Sorry, one sip of that, and it kind of starts out and gets a little bit darker, but.
Well, again, this recipe was the Minneapolis Brewing Company. This was his, and it's very similar to. It's a good
beer, man.
It's a great beer.
No, it is.
They have a Pilsner, which they started brewing. It's just a no frills Pilsner. I don't even know why you would need to, but he probably wanted a pure Pilsner, something they call pure Pils, and so the August Schell Brewing Company.
What is he? Is he German?
Yeah, August.
So yeah.
August Schell.
So absolutely. So yeah, it's he needed a German Pilsner, man. I mean, that's.
Oh my gosh, that's so different, but so unique and so good. No ales.
No. You don't come here for.
Isn't that good?
Yeah. There is that could be one of the hoppiest Pilsners I've ever had, but not in a overbearing,
No.
high IBU sort of way. It's just you taste the hops, which is, oh no, I like that, man.
It's really good.
That's a damn good Pilsner.
They have an amber, or I should say a dark, just a dark lager.
Dark.
Has nothing to do with the amber lager.
Nope.
And
nope. It's just dark. Which is cool.
oh my gosh, I mean, it's all of their beers.
And that
are so
Northeast
fresh.
is year round. I bet this is just winter, don't you think? I don't know if this is year round. Maybe. Shit, I don't know.
Well, we know one. This is a seasonal. This is a snowstorm that they're making just for the season. So,
Oh, holy shit.
isn't that good?
That's good. Hey, that's that dark is good. And here's the other thing about all these. With the exception of that one,
Snowstorm.
looks like they're all 4 or 5% alcohol. So it's not like they're real heavy loaded, or after you could all these, man, on the lake and shit. Oh my god.
I mean,
On the lake in the summer,
It's
on the
hard.
lake in the winter. I mean, shit.
this is a go-to destination. I mean, it really is. If you're a beer, if you like beer,
if you say you
it's a
love
go-to.
beer,
You know, I know
did
people.
you see all the merch? My God, hey, 24. You know how he feels about them T-shirts? They need to be 20. They're 24.
I'm not buying a T-shirt, but you know
Man,
what?
did you see all the merch they had?
Here's the deal. I know a lot of people that take little mini vacations to go certain places, and this is a destination spot. I mean, it really is. I mean, because their beer is so great, but it's the tradition, it's the history, it's walking back in time and seeing everything preserved the way that it was back when. They've got all the old pictures on the wall,
And look, we're hitting it on our way to Sioux Falls.
yeah.
So Minneapolis to Sioux Falls is 4 hours. And that's a day trip, man. You go, you get this on the way, you go. I'm excited to check out Sioux Falls. And so, no, man, I would do it.
They have an
'Cause what's
Oktoberfest
this?
over there.
Oh, yeah, the Oktoberfest.
It is really.
Oh, my gosh. That's
Really
the thing
good,
about
guys.
the Twin Cities that we noticed, man. There's a lot of Oktoberfest hanging around, but they don't taste bad or old or anything. So,
You know what's kind of cool about this is that,
man, God dang, that is a
I mean, think about this for a minute. You got this guy named August Schell. He comes over from Germany. He's got his deer brand. People love it. He's doing okay. Family continues the tradition.
yeah.
The family could do they could have taken distribution and tried to be big like Coors and Budweiser and Miller, but they didn't. They stayed regional and look at. I mean, you don't see that. You don't see Coors and all these other and Miller, and they just stick with their basic ones. Look what he's done. He's got a oatmeal stout.
Yeah, and I mean, look, man, if he was going to expand into those other states, he wouldn't be able to be here
No.
anymore.
Their
There's
distribution.
no more
yeah.
room to like be adding on big, huge brew houses and all that kind
Don't
of stuff
they have
to handle the
caves and
distribution.
stuff like that where they use?
Well, that's why it's loggers, right? I mean, they absolutely have caves, and that's what makes this area so good for loggers is that it's cold brewed. So put that shit in a cave in the winter, shit, man.
But I mean, like what I'm saying is he wouldn't need to.
This is the oatmeal stout, by the way.
He wouldn't need to be doing all that stuff. I mean,
No.
you don't see these other brewers doing that. Isn't that good?
That is a good. Hey, sir.
Yeah, it's,
How's it going?
Yeah, we are the Beer Guys. Thank you very much. Autographs later. We'll do some autographs later on. We'll pass out some other things, but right now we're We're still recording, but I mean, we're getting a
What do
lot
you
of
think,
fans
man?
already.
Yeah, we
I
are.
would have known we would have had somebody coming up to us in New Ulm.
I've seen this guy at a few of our destinations. I wonder why he's following us, but he definitely has been showing up here and there, almost like a Where's Waldo game.
I saw him up at the bar trying some of the.
Me too. He looked like he had a root beer.
Yeah.
So they make their own root beer
do
here
too?
as well. So yeah, I mean,
Guys, I don't know what else to say about
Highly
this.
recommend it.
Unbelievable. Again, we call this a destination. I mean, a
Absolutely
destination trip.
absolutely.
And again, if nothing else,
Thank you for good beers, August Schell Brewing Company.
darn right, and for continuing the tradition of the Minneapolis
Yeah,
Brewing Company
man,
with
for
Greenville
real. Good
to allow
job.
me to still continue to think I'm 14 years old.